You are now listening to Mistakes Are Delicious, a Dancakes podcast. This podcast is intended for a mature audience. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Mistakes Are Delicious podcast. We're here to entertain you with our banter and our slapping of our chairs. Oh, Dan's got the roll chair today. What an asshole.
Why?
Because Ben was sitting here in the roll chair, and then he got up and moved, and
They took my seat.
There's now a ghost sitting at the edge of the table.
That's Jimmy.
Oh,
Patrick,
He just is
Patrick Swayze.
He's really small.
damn. In all senses. So this episode, I thought we'd do another fun social game. People really seem to like the butt hurt game we played. So I went on a mission to look for materials to use for similar type games without me being already privy to what the questions were, because that kind of makes me have a little bit of an edge to think about it or guess what you guys would
Hank
think.
always has a little bit of edge to him.
Yeah, I'm an edgelord. I've been an edgelord since
he's edging right now.
since Dana was born in
Whoa.
2006. I'm edging right now, yeah. Hang on. So I found a game called Bad People. I'm not sure who creates this. It looks like one of those kind of like Kickstarter games. And I'm not trying to, if you want to sponsor us, Bad People, cool. But I'm just going to use your ideas. If I could have Googled those and took them, I would have. But
Good artists borrow.
Exactly.
Great artists steal.
And the best artists kill.
And the worst artists dig ditches.
And we artists make a bad podcast.
Make a pancake.
And white artists make podcasts.
I don't think this podcast is bad. I think it's delightful.
So I know I took a look at, there's about 200 cards in this, and I took a look at a couple of them just to get an idea if any of them were worth a shit at all. There's definitely some, there might be some brutal ones in here.
Duty.
Yeah, there's some duty ones, there's some brutal ones.
There's some PP ones.
But the idea is like the butthurt game. Whatever answer we have has to be
some boo-boo ones.
one of the other people at the table. So basically, like, you can't say yourself. You got to say who you think it'd be and explain why. And hijinks will ensue.
If we ask, like we did last time, whose death would you mourn the least, Ben, you're not allowed to say yourself.
Even though it was funny.
You say everyone else.
Yeah.
You can't group anyone. You got to be specific with.
I mean, you can explain why they're tied, but
Yeah.
you do have to pick
It's a close call.
ultimately.
Ah,
Yeah.
jeez.
So I'm going to draw the first card here. What's up, Dana?
I was just going to say, and as we said last time, no hurt feelings, hopefully. This is. we
I'm
love
taking
each
all of
other
this
very
personally.
much.
Well, also, as we forget all the time, we need to introduce ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Hank, by the way.
I was pulling on it and it was bothering me.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I'm Ben,
I'm Sebastian.
the crab.
And the comedian.
Francois.
course
And
you
this
are.
is How to Cake It.
Okay, what's your name?
Hank.
Okay, that's Hank.
I'm Dana.
And
Ben.
I'm Dan.
Dana's the only one with 2 syllables. It's really
Hank.
breaks
And of
the
Ben.
course, it's
Dan.
the female version.
Jane.
Can we all go by our middle names for a podcast? I'll be Francis.
John.
James.
Tyler.
God, we're all so Catholic.
I mean, my dad.
Tyler.
My
And this
dad,
is a country music show.
All right.
my dad wanted to name me Ezekiel. My mom.
Oh, man, that would have taken the cake.
Yeah, my
Wow.
mom wouldn't let him. So they settled on Ben.
Because of Ezekiel in the
I
Bible?
mean, Benjamin is
Yeah,
still
that's
very...
what that's why they picked Ben as well. Even though my parents aren't religious at all, that's why they picked Ben as well, because it means son of the right hand.
I wish my
So,
name
yeah.
was Ezekiel because I just read about biblically accurate angels in Ezekiel 1, and it's trippy as hell. I highly recommend it. I'm not going to keep this up any longer. Go ahead.
It's like a 4-eyed demon.
God, it's so cool. And we sing about them in church, and I never knew what they were.
All right, guys, ready for the first question?
Yeah.
No.
No?
Always.
Anybody
Never.
ready for this?
I'm not
My
ready.
cortisol is spiking as we speak.
What's that?
This is, so I will say these questions can be tame and then brutal. So this is a kind of a tame one. But it says,
Hank gets the tame one, of course.
no, this is for everybody.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
always for
okay.
everybody.
Yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't.
This
paying
isn't a
attention.
game. We're just talking. I wasn't paying any attention.
When you start,
Who do you
your
think-
mouth moves and my eyes just glaze over.
Is your headphones on here? Let me turn them up, Ben. Who do you think in this group would least likely to give up their seat on the bus for an elderly person?
I am the most likely.
Least likely.
No, I know. I'm just putting that out there.
I've actually seen you.
It's gonna be me. It's gonna be me because I'm gonna be on my phone.
Actually, yeah.
I will toot my own horn, and I get super aware, almost too aware of that stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
Where I just want to be that.
It's either me because I'm on my phone or Ben on principle.
What?
On principle, why would I?
No, Ben's not that kind of guy. I will say, Dan, there have been road trips, like Dancakes trips, and Dan, you and your massive legs, you will just like spread your legs in all directions, and I'm just like cramped up against the car wall, like, no, you don't see anything wrong with this?
You're a man spreader.
And I'll be like, hey, you're taking up a lot of space, and you'll be like, oh, okay. And you'll go even
And you'll take
wider.
more space.
You and Jimmy do that. You and Jimmy like take up so much room, and I'm like, these are not clearly thirds. I wish I wasn't so painfully
Sorry
aware
that
of-
guys have balls.
Well,
That's not really.
That's not. That's
Not really an excuse.
Dude, right
Yeah.
now my
hey,
balls hurt
no,
so bad.
I love balls. I came from balls. My hometown is balls.
I love balls too. You're right.
Fort Wayne is balls.
No, I meant my dad's.
So,
Oh,
Ben, I could see you not only not giving up your seat, but going like this.
that's exactly what. That's actually yeah. That's exactly what I
Have
do.
a seat.
I do think Dan probably, because you mean well, but you are so oblivious.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
base that on more oblivion.
Oblivious.
I'm just fighting.
I'm more of
fire
a
demons.
Skyrim.
You give up your seat to spite.
Yeah, I'd say Dan because the obliviousness and not noticing.
Yeah.
I got thoughts.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably Dan.
Yours is going to be the only vote that matters.
I said me. I said me first.
You can't say you.
I can't say. Well, then.
That's
I
guys. We
guess-
played
Yeah,
this
we
before.
already said that.
We played this game before. You can't pick yourself.
You can say Sebastian.
Sebastian.
Yeah.
I could see that.
You could say our personas.
Sebastian's a dick.
Sebastian. Little Sebastian.
This is a weird one for sure because
Because I've definitely given up my seat before.
I think the only reason that I would lean towards you is just because I've been, when we've traveled on the road, I've been in situations where like I remember. I'm not calling you out or anything. I just
Well,
remember.
call me out.
I remember being like, it wasn't about a bus space or anything. It was a parking spot where like you swooped in and took a parking spot while we were having trouble finding parking from somebody that was like clearly getting ready to, and then they were really mad at you, and they actually came into the restaurant afterwards. Where were we? Where the hell were we?
was this when you guys were in Texas?
No, we weren't in Texas. It was. I want to say it was in the South. Maybe it was somewhere in Kentucky. I don't know. I just remember it would be like in my mind, my narrative was going. I was like, I would have just let them have it and walked further, but then there was the principle of it. It was like you got the spot and then you took the spot and then.
Do you recall it, Ben?
Possibly. I mean, I can't say that I've never done that before. But
You've
it's-
done it. You've done it with me too.
Yeah.
That's not the bus. That's not an elderly person.
Yeah.
Remember, she came and she yelled at you,
But
and
it
honestly, I
basically-
took her side, and then I apologized later because you said that you didn't mean to do it. But also, when she was like, "You took my spot. I have a baby, you asshole," you were like, "Sorry," and you were like being kind of rude.
Wait. So these are two separate incidents? Yes. All right, Ben.
I mean, I tend to just take the first spot that I see, like, and I don't really.
And then it's yours.
you zone in.
Yeah.
That's not exactly like
It's kind of
fuck
like
the other
the
person.
same reason, same like I get oblivious about things because I'm on my phone and like,
Yeah.
oops, I was a dick because of that.
Yeah.
Ben is an opportunist.
I get almost too aware of that stuff sometimes because it's something my dad like he's very like he'll be in line and it's good 90% of the time, but he'll be in line at a gas station and like the person behind him he'll buy their coffee or whatever, and then there's some people that get really sketched out by that.
Yeah.
It's like it's literally I remember me and you and Jenny, our artist from Anaheim, we were in Philadelphia doing an event for Drexel University, and I do that here and there. I'll buy someone's coffee, make sure like they're not, I gotta get my gas too. You're like, oh, never mind, I'm not paying $30 for you.
Yeah.
But I'll pay a $1. I was at a gas station and there was a woman behind me, about my age. It was at like kind of a sketch gas station because it was right by the airport. And I was like, oh, she was like getting a Reese's and a coffee. And I was like, oh, I'll get hers. And she's like, no, I got it. I'm like, oh, I was just trying to be nice. And she's like, no, I can buy my stuff. And I was like, that backfired.
I am afraid sometimes
And I
of
was just
charity.
I wouldn't do it at a gas station where I actually, because like, especially if you're a guy doing it to a woman.
Yeah,
like that can.
But I'm gonna say I'm not gonna deter
so,
not doing it.
Yeah, well, I would
I've done it
I would say the
successfully.
best place to do that kind of thing is like if you're in like a drive-through.
Strip club is
Because
my
then
favorite.
it's because well that
throw
too.
it down.
Yeah. This is
I'll get his too.
this is yeah. This is for your baby.
I will say that
Buy yourself something nice.
I do like to do that stuff. I actually just had a conversation with Gina a few days ago where she's my girlfriend. We were pulling up to a gas station and there was a guy with crutches about to walk into the Quick Trip. And I ran up really quick and got the door for him. And you say, like obviously a guy doing it to a woman, like I can speak from experience. Like you have to be sketched out in my position.
Especially
It works for older women.
The buying thing is, but like opening
Yeah.
a door, no one really thinks about that. But the buying thing,
I will say the reason I think about it with the opening the door thing is I'm always afraid of having some like older man be like, I can do it, and like he's disabled or something.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? Like
point of pride.
It's like-
yeah. I'm always so worried that and luckily this guy was a fucking peach. He was like, oh, thank you, man, have a good day, and super sweet.
Yeah.
But like I'm always afraid there was a guy in a Schnucks the other day who had one leg and he had a scooter and he dropped his like thing of soda on the ground. He like couldn't get it because he was in a scooter and like. I felt bad, like that, like from a
Especially
pride
when you kicked it
perspective.
further away.
I know. Then I felt less bad because that's how I got my energy out. But no, it's like
and then I cut off his other leg.
no, but it's like I don't want to reduce anyone, especially if they're like elderly, to like, oh, sir, let me help you. You can't even pick up your own groceries. Like
Oh my God, you're so pathetic. Here, let me get that for you.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, you know
right,
what I
right,
mean?
right.
So I'm always hesitant to do that stuff, which is a bummer because I wish that like charity in any capacity, sincere charity was taken well, like the gas station thing.
Well,
But-
and that's what I'm saying. That doesn't deter me at all. It's just I took that L.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
awkward. I did it.
I would-
I'm not going to stop
I would
doing it, but
take-
I'm going to be a little more aware. Older women and older people usually works. Because I remember it was nice because I was in a gas station and bought this older man his coffee and a freaking cop outside saw me doing it. He's like, good for you, son. And I was like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I've got another one here. Another bad people card.
God damn.
You ready, everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's the last person you'd want to be trapped in an elevator with?
I'm pretty gassy, so.
Oh my God.
Oh, Ben's out. He's giving himself
I'm
up.
gonna say Dana,
What?
Oh shit!
because
Is it because of my anxiety?
it's because of your anxiety.
You're always like, whenever we're in a stressful situation, you're like, Dana, I was fine, but now you're stressing me out with like your vibes. And I'm just like, that's fair.
Yeah, like I feel like if I
You're
was trapped
all-
in an elevator, I'd be like, okay, this
Let's
is
give
my,
a good-
Your
this is my
aura
sp-
is just throwing me off right now. I can't.
Let's set a good timeline.
I'm a Libra.
Let's say 6
I'm a
hours.
Libra.
6 hours in an elevator.
Huh?
Because there's also like 3 days in an elevator. Who am I eating now?
I'd want to be trapped with Ben because he'd fix the fucking elevator.
I don't think you could
I was
fix
like,
the
I'm
elevator on the
Googling. I was like,
inside.
okay, wait a second. All right. Okay, I think I got this figured
I can
out.
figure this out.
But this is what happens. Ben's going
We
to
all
Google to
plunge
fix
to
the
our
elevator.
death.
He can't
I'm
really
usually
find it.
wrong the first time. That's the problem.
They're like,
No.
we almost got you out. And Ben's like, I think I can help. You just drop 40 more stories. And they're like, well, now you're screwed.
No, you guys start going higher than the building.
It's like Willy Wonka.
Ben's
It's
like, wait. how
But
did-
I just imagine, Ben, you're Googling how to fix it. You're just getting such a deep dive. Your phone starts dying. Then you Google how to charge your phone off the panel of an elevator in the last 2%. And then it'd just be... I would say Dana, too, because of the same reason. You would probably make it a little more stressful.
All right.
I'm just being honest. I've seen you...
well, who's second then?
I mean,
I have-
because you said you were gassy.
I have my answer.
That's fair.
Also, are we doing second now?
I mean, I'm just curious.
Please,
'cause
sir.
if-
Well,
if-
did you vote? Did you say
I haven't. I would. You would probably you, but then Dan.
Wait, why Dan?
Similar issue. He tends to be more quiet when he gets irritated or anxious, but you can feel it. It permeates the room. Like I can
Can't read 'em.
Like I can I can feel when you're like on the verge of being upset.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. You get quiet, but more loudly.
You got a loud quiet, Dan. Everyone said
Your
that. That's going to be on
silence
your
is deafening.
gravestone.
He was allowed quiet.
You were allowed quiet, or you were allowed?
He was not allowed to be quiet.
I was not allowed any quiet.
I haven't voted. Excuse
Oh,
you.
sorry.
Excuse you.
I haven't looked at my cards.
It's time for the second place. So this one's tough because I feel like all of you guys would be like Hank. I feel like would be the most like, okay, this is what's happening. We're gonna figure this out. Ben would be scrambling for a solution, but in your very Ben way where you're still calm. And Dan would help me laugh it off. Like you would help with my anxiety. Because when Dan and I are in stressful situations,
we're fucked.
You are the only person, I think, who can make a joke when I am so panicked and I will just laugh my ass off. Like in a healthy
We're gonna
way.
die.
So you run out of oxygen sooner.
Yeah. Oh,
Somehow.
Might as
Problem solved.
why delay the inevitable?
Problem solved.
So in a situation where we couldn't fix it, which I know is not what the card says, but I'm just gonna put that little
Trapped in
parameter
an
out there.
elevator. It's vague.
Trapped
Yeah,
in an
you can take it
elevator.
any way you want.
I'm gonna be real. I think I'm gonna say Ben, and that's only because like I'm not saying I don't like traveling with you, but like we've been on long car rides, and you just kind of, like you ramble, and it's very monotone. And I love you very much, but sometimes it's a little much. So if it was like 6 days in an elevator, I'd just be like any of you guys, I'd be sick of you. But I don't know,
Be sick of me the most.
maybe.
You know a lot about telecom.
No. Hang on. So you're saying you're like, God, it's got to be like 6 hours. You look, it's like 13 minutes.
I don't know. I feel like because what I need is like, it's hard to explain. I don't know. I feel like I would just get bored quicker, and that's not to say that you and I don't have great conversations. It's just I don't know.
Hey,
that
has
make
anyone
sense?
actually ever almost been trapped or trapped in an elevator?
Once when I was a little kid, the elevator was full of people, like really little, and my mom was like, "Dana, can you push the open door button? Someone else is coming." And I hit the alarm, and it went off really loud, and I cried so hard.
That explains a lot of you now, like the jumpiness.
Yeah. So I've never been trapped in an elevator, but I did freak out like a large group of adults and just make myself pee my pants. Not for real, but almost.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
You got the next card, right, Ben?
I do.
What is it, Ben?
Interesting. Most likely to purchase a mail order wife and or husband. It's actually / husband. I put the and or in there.
Most likely to get a mail order
Wife or husband.
wife or husband.
I will say I'd try it out if I was in a
Well,
position.
We're all dating right now, so does that mean that like if we're single,
This is a put it in the position to do that.
that you really want a partner?
Yeah.
Okay.
Depends.
Jimmy.
Well, that's definitely. I mean, clearly, but he's not here.
Jimmy's our assistant.
Jimmy would walk in with. He's got like 5 of them.
They're so beautiful.
They're so beautiful, and they actually legitimately love him. Like,
And he's just like I'm working.
Depending on where they're from, his trailer could be
He's-
like a paradise.
He's so good to
no
us.
shit. They're like this. He doesn't show them any. Like he actually doesn't bring him to the studio because he doesn't want to show any other building to them.
He lives in an apocalyptic trailer.
It's like Ready Player One.
Yeah.
He's just in his haptic suit.
Jimmy is a haptic suit.
Jimmy's
Wow.
gray shirt and gray shorts combo is his
Yeah.
picture.
Oh, he has the red shirt, the red sleeveless shirt,
Okay,
and the gray
but-
shorts.
And blue.
But of
In
the
this
4
group,
people
yeah.
sitting here,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just gonna say
because that's the thing is like I so associate the mail order wife or husband thing with just like, well, you're getting to be 45 and you don't have any other prospects.
I'm too pathetic and too rich to not have a.
Well, I don't think any of us are like too pathetic or too whatever to not find somebody, and so that's why I think this is hard. Like
you're
I feel
all
like
with somebody right now.
Right.
I feel like I'd do it just to like get
to
them
see.
citizenship.
I was
Just to be
thinking
nice.
a narrative
Yeah,
based on a past, Dan. Like you're on 4chan, and it's like, hey, we need help.
I feel like
Green text.
It's like a post. We need
Be
help.
Dan.
Dan's like,
Order mail order wife.
I would be a mail order wife.
Hell yeah. You never get to pick the good countries, though.
Batman.
What?
You're in Kazakhstan. Not that it isn't a good country, but
The worst country ever.
Yeah.
name one city.
Batman is a
Oh, that's what
He's a comic book character.
yeah. It's like a small.
Part of the DC universe.
No, it's a small like
created by Bob
province in
Kane.
Turkey or something like that.
where they that
Oh, yeah,
condom
yeah, yeah.
company, like
Yeah.
the condom delivery service. They're like, what city should we set up in? And
Yeah.
everyone voted Batman, a small conservative.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's where I'd end up as a mail order husband. Husband.
All right, I'm going to say Dan just to move from this.
Yeah. 'Cause this
stupid
is a
question.
hard one.
It's not really our personalities, that's why.
I think
But we have to.
I once again am going to say Ben, and it's a tough call because it's between you two. But I would say that Ben hyper fixates on like finding all these resources. Like he'll be like, oh, I found this website where you can do this and that and this and that. And I feel like Ben would be like, listen, so this is gonna sound
He's
crazy.
optimizing his wife.
No, no.
Hell
I just meant he just gets
Like
into
the
it.
rich.
He just gets into it and he's like, whoa.
I got this
And-
amazing deal.
Like the first lady.
Got her on mono price.
So I think when I say that about Ben, though, it's like I could see you like having a plan. Like you could just be like, well, you know, and you spend hours and hours, just dozens of hours looking into this, and you're just like, all right, guys, hear me out. Hear me out. It's ethical, right? Like these people are living in a terrible situation.
Well, he's
and,
got
like-
10 of them? These people.
No, it's just the people he's the
Listen,
brides-
the
Bulk-
candidates.
Yeah, buy in bulk.
market.
Bulk order.
and Ben's just like, so I figured, and I just feel like of all of us, Ben would be willing to do the work to find like the best way to do it, like the most ethical, the most helping people, because like I don't have the energy to order a person. That would be awful. I'd be so terrified of what the repercussions of my actions would be.
Oh, you'd
But
be
Ben would do
freaking
all
out.
the research that's ever existed, and he would ethically get a person
Purchase
to help
another
save
human
them.
being.
To help save them. That's why. None of us would have like.
Yeah.
I'm not even
Yeah.
sure the channels of mail order. I don't think you're paying for their
I don't know,
plane
man.
ticket.
I don't know how this works.
It's
I've never
seen
bought,
it from 90 Day
Yeah,
Fiance.
I've never
only
bought
done it
another person
once.
before.
Not like a real doll.
Anyways,
moving on to the next. Wait, did everyone answer? Dan,
Yeah.
Ben,
most
I
likely
didn't answer.
Ben didn't answer.
you didn't. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say Hank.
Oh,
I would try it if I was in a different
I mean,
position.
look at him.
Yeah.
He's vaping.
Well, I just because Hank's like Hank's like superpower is like getting shit done. So it's just like
You want your green
So
card?
yeah,
You want
he
your
would,
green?
he would.
That's what I'm saying with Ben, though.
Well, I'm not. Well, I
Here's
would.
your
I wouldn't do it.
citizenship
I
books.
wouldn't. I wouldn't just get it done. I would like. I would. It
Like I
wouldn't.
said, he'd find the best.
Yeah, I would take forever to do it. But Hank would just be like, "All right, let's go," and like just
Yeah.
knock it out real quick.
Also, I'm not gonna lie. I
yeah, he
dated.
bought Jessica.
I dated a girl from
Uzbekistan.
Czech Republic. Actually, the only person I ever went up in the only time I ever went into the St. Louis Arch was with this person. And for a minute, I was like, "Is this someone trying to get the green card?" I don't know. It felt like it for a minute.
Who was this? I'm sorry.
This is a girl I went out with a couple times
Oh, okay.
because she was like a nanny in Edwardsville, Illinois, kind of a rich area, and she was just like, kind of like
Do you want to get
asking
married?
those questions. Yeah.
Do you want to
Not
get married
directly.
right now?
Yeah.
Let's go get married.
I mean, the arches are amazing.
I'm like, can I mail you to me so that's more legit?
What?
How much? How much is shipping?
Exactly. How much is shipping to get married?
Is this a taboo subject? I'm getting nervous.
I mean,
It's not. It's a real life thing.
I mean, yeah. I think all of us would be
I
very.
mean, look at our president. Like,
Oh,
Yeah, that's- I
God.
was about to
Okay,
say,
never
our
mind.
first lady.
Jesus Christ. Because, yeah. Okay, so. Most likely to cock block a friend.
Oh, I will say I've definitely been a good wingman to some of my friends. Not in a shitty way either. Just talk them up when they're nervous.
Wait, what? That's not what that means.
Well, I'm saying the opposite.
You
well,
would,
that's great, but who's?
I'm thinking about it, Ben.
Cock block.
Cock block bait. Well,
I haven't thought about this concept in so long.
yeah, exactly. This is all like dating and or relationship stuff. Like, have you ever subconsciously or not subvertedly or whatever cock blocked someone like without intention?
I would absolutely vote me if I could.
Yeah, I'm thinking Dana would.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many dates I've gone on with just like a. I'm not gonna say it yet, but like nah. Well, and it's also, to be fair, I went on dates with guys throughout high school.
Oh, wait a sec. Are you? I feel like you're misconstruing what cock blocking would be. It's where like you keep the other person. Like, say if you were hanging out
That
with
guy's trying to have sex.
yeah,
I'm
like
gonna
say
stop
you were
him.
hanging out with Dan and he met somebody, and it looked like they were gonna do terrible things to each other, and then you interjected yourself into the situation in a way that would prevent Dan from having sex.
I feel like none of us would do that.
Well, okay, I got a scenario. I was thinking of a scenario because again, none of us were in that position really, and I was
Too liberal.
I'm just imagining me being, say, I'm single and I live in this house, which is in the studio's behind, and I'm like, I'm like, oh, I want to show you the studio. Maybe something will happen, and then like, I could see Dana in here, like, what are you doing? And I'd be like, Dana, I'm just.
I just would genuinely not know what's going on.
And that's what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be intentional. I've seen friends do it unintentional.
Because I don't pick up like.
What's going on here, Hank?
Hank.
Oh, that's copyright. That was.
Anyways, and
I just cockblocked myself.
Yeah, Hank just cockblocked my answer.
It's Hank.
So I feel like I would do it on accident because, you know, you guys are always like I've done it to people before, and later they're like, that's the person I told you about. And I'm like, oh, that's that person with that name. Oh, and I was dumb the whole night and inadvertently didn't help, you know, but I can't vote me.
Well,
Facilitate.
I'm going to say Dana, and because honestly, I don't see any in this group doing it intentionally.
Yeah.
Like accidentally is what I think, and I would think you would do it accidentally.
I don't know who I'd say.
And then you'd prevent my future kids,
None of
Dana.
us would do it. Because it's like I feel like all these in between Dan and Ben again. I don't know. And I don't even know why I'd say you guys. I feel like I have to come up with a reason. I would say, and I feel weird. I hate that I'm voting Ben for all of these, but I feel like you can. I've heard you be kind of petty about that stuff, and it's not terrible petty. But you'll tell a story, and you'll be like, "Oh, that guy got that girl, and that guy's a dick." You've told those stories about dicks you went to high school with, and I don't know.
Wait.
I feel like I'm
Oh, you mean Sebastian?
grasping at straws.
Yeah, I have.
I'm not saying you would.
Yeah, no, I honestly have no idea what you're talking about as far as those particular stories.
I guess I just mean
I refuse to answer this question for religious reasons.
oh.
That's fair.
I just feel
reserve the right.
I just feel like I don't know. I guess my answer was based on pettiness because last time we talked about who gossips the most or something, I said you because you and I gossip the most, and so I guess that's where that comes from. But also, I don't want to vote you again. I don't know. This is none of us would do this. I want one that's applicable to us. You know, if you see one
That's fine.
not
That
applicable-
happens. We had a conversation
Yeah.
about it. I said you wholeheartedly.
I'd vote me.
Wholeheartedly.
I'd vote me absolutely, but I can't. So either Dan or Ben, because
Dana, you've cockblocked yourself.
I know. I don't know. That's such a flub answer, but it's so Dan.
Well, why not me?
Because you
I would probably. Yeah.
if we're talking intentionally, I could just see Hank. You're too chill.
Yeah.
I certainly don't think
say
of you.
Dan,
I can't think of you as facilitating it.
Yeah, and I say Dan.
You would
because
just not give a shit.
I say
Yeah.
Dan. You've told me stories about your past where you were also pretty petty, and I don't know. You guys have the most pettiness, which isn't much, but it's way more than Hank. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
And I
I
think
think-
the opposite of me is I don't give a shit in certain scenarios where I should. There you go, Dana, like that.
So I think I'm gonna say Ben by a hair, and I feel bad voting for you for
That's
all these,
okay.
but it's just I don't know. No one would. So.
Yeah.
I didn't go yet.
Oh, you didn't again?
No.
I'm sorry. God.
I'm so petty.
You know I don't mean that. Really.
Butthurt.
My mind ended up going to Dan. That was my initial reaction.
Carry on.
And I
Wayward
think,
son.
And I think the only reason that my mind went there is that the potential for us to be going for the same person might happen.
I think that's where I subconsciously went too.
Yeah, but I don't know. I guess I don't feel like that mutually excludes anything.
I don't. Well, no, I don't think. Like I said, it would.
Let's party, man.
See, I would not do
remember
that.
Strange Road?
Strange Road.
Yeah, no, that would have been strange.
Check out the last episode.
Yeah.
See, I would definitely.
Yeah,
Shout out to the Dancakes podcast for the last episode.
But yeah, I
2
don't.
episodes
I don't
ago.
think it would be a situation where you
Travel
would
stories.
intentionally either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a clown.
Yeah. So.
All right.
And honestly, in that situation, it probably wouldn't be where you actually did it. It would be where you did it, but really, I did it to myself. You know,
Hell yeah.
for being real.
Okay.
All right. Here's a funny one because we can role play a little. Who would be the worst phone sex operator? So I think the best way to do this is each say stuff into the microphone.
Oh, dear God.
It could be tame. All right, Ben, you're on the line with me. You called the wrong number, obviously.
Do your
But
best. Do
you're
your best.
like, I'm paying per minute.
Yeah.
I'm $10 minimum. I have to get the 5 minutes. Hey there. How
Hey,
you
babe.
doing? How you doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastic. What are you wearing?
Wait, who's the operator here?
I'm the
Does it
operator,
matter?
but it doesn't matter. This is he called.
You
So Ben called.
Oh wait, this is what I'd say after you said that.
What kind of panties are you wearing?
Who's the submissive here? What are we doing? What are we doing?
I'm doing you.
Hey, listen, you're paying. I don't give a shit.
Wow, you're terrible at this.
No, but hang on. Put it in your pants.
My God.
Is this the best or the worst?
You're so utilitarian with this, Hank. Where's the finesse?
And we're done. I finished already. I'm done.
Jesus Christ.
I am selfish
This
lover.
is the worst phone sex
This is what.
ever.
This is the notes they gave me. Be a selfish lover.
All right, yeah, I guess it's Hank then.
Well, we haven't, I mean,
that's what Hank just gets shit done. So I mean, I guess it,
All right.
It's like
Just vaping
like-
on you.
it's like calling Larry for phone sex.
Exactly. The worst.
You got 2 minutes.
Larry is Hank's dad.
You got 2 minutes. No more. I'll pay for more. That's stupid.
yeah, that sounds.
He inherited his bad phone sex operation skills.
Can we have your dad on the podcast, please?
As a
Can
phone
we
sex
not?
operator,
Yes.
please
Can we
no.
have him as a phone sex operator? He'd be like, "You want to see my nose?"
Can we have your dad call into the podcast?
on his flip phone.
He says it doesn't give him the cova.
I'm trying to think.
He means COVID.
I think me and my friend Joe jokingly called one of those phone sex lines, and it was painful.
Have you ever had phone sex?
Not like wanting to, more joking. It was a joke. It was a laugh. But I don't feel like there's not a, like, unless you're into that, it's not good either way.
I mean,
You have to be sensitive.
yeah, my whole thing with
I mean, it
that
depends on
with
the
that-
person, right?
with that kind of stuff is like, even if I'm not into it, like like if the other person is into it,
Yeah.
I will be into it by proxy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you lean in.
So I think the answer is going to be Hank here.
That's fine. I was
Least,
going
least
for that.
sensitive boy.
Yeah, I probably would be like.
The least sexually empathetic.
Although I will say,
Sorry, Jess.
I am not a selfish lover.
Oh my God.
I would.
Prove it.
I will say that I, in every relationship where I was getting serious, I didn't like texting. I always wanted to call on the phone
I mean, yeah, you only call Jess.
because my voice text should be like, this guy is on the verge of being mentally handicapped.
I remember your first blog post that you said you did mostly by voice to
Yeah,
text,
yeah,
and I was
yeah.
just like, wow, this looks like a 9-year-old wrote it.
So me guys, I'm
All
fine
right.
with that. I guess I'll.
Wait, I didn't answer.
Oh,
I mean, I think I'm going to bandwagon and say you, and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't wondering who the best would be, and I feel like it would be me in second place, but there's a weird part of me that feels like Ben. Just the way you talk about it right now, I'm just like, I think he knows how to do this.
done this.
Like
We
you're
just look
talking
at your-
and Ben's just like, do you know how to do it? Because you just got to be like, sensitive. And it's like, Hank, I can tell you wouldn't be up to par. And I'm just like,
I just imagine a scenario somehow you circumvented a call in the middle of your telecom work and it was like a guy you like messed up and you're like,
that
hello?
telecom?
It's like,
That's-
and then
Is that
what?
what you did for
And then what did you do? And you're like, you panic. You're like, and then I took.
You just go, I spliced fiber.
And the dude didn't even notice. It was so
And they're
amazing.
like, how did you splice the fiber? And you're like,
Let me tell you.
efficiently.
Funny you should ask.
All right, what's
First,
the
you got to
next one?
strip the
For
strip the
12 and a
jacket
half
off.
hours in a hot van.
I'm real sweaty, baby.
What kind of an Astro? Fuck.
All right.
Keep going.
You ready, guys? You ready for the next
Love
one?
Chevys.
Brought to you by AT&T.
As long as
Glad
we're
you had a good
talking
time.
about paying for sex, if we were all prostitutes, who would charge the most?
Me.
You just wholeheartedly.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, women get paid more to be
Yeah.
prostitutes. That's just a.
I mean,
Well, okay. Let's grade it on a curve here. Who would get paid the most in relation to the average pay for
okay.
for that particular sex?
yeah. I mean, because that's why I answered. Because
Oh, okay. So then it basically just like leaves us three in competition here.
You're just taking Dana out of the running because
Well, it's not comparable in a way because
no, I'm saying if you took
Oh,
if
okay.
I was a man,
no, if you it's like
What
say-
if we were girls?
Okay, let's throw out
I would still
let's throw out some completely arbitrary numbers and say
The
like
shortest hair.
say like the average for a woman is $1,000 and the average for a man is $300. So like it's in relation to that.
Yeah, I got you.
okay. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Who is worth the most in terms of like their time?
Well, how
Grading on a curve.
Oh my God, that's not fair. All right, ready?
if you want Jesus in
boys.
the bed,
let me
the white Jesus.
Let me save you.
let me crucify you, baby.
Please do.
Wow.
I will say,
I'll
Yeah,
Pontius your pilot.
plus I can carry you through the threshold.
You ever done it for 40 days and 40
And I
nights?
just drop you. You got 2 minutes.
I feel like, Hank, they just hire you to build a house for them.
Naked.
Just get off. Oh, I'm fine with that. I don't
Damn.
sunburn easily.
Affects your rate. It's just like a bullet point, like doesn't sunburn easily.
When building houses
I'd
naked.
have a line item just for sunscreen.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a writer.
I was outside for an hour, maybe an hour and a half, staining our new desk, and I got sunburned.
You look like Sebastian.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I've been lathering my arms and face in lotion the past couple of days, so it looks better now. But
I feel like if I had to answer this super realistically, maybe Ben, just because if Ben was doing telecom, he'd probably be doing prostitution on the side, meaning you could charge a lot of money.
He'd probably.
Because the people who come through would be willing to pay. But if you don't get like a bazillion clients, you've got telecom.
Oh, what are you saying? He's hooking up their
Meanwhile-
cable and going.
No. I'm saying moonlighting as a prostitute because
Oh, he could use the same customer
I'm
base,
thinking of
though.
like if Dancakes wasn't here, which might be a silly way to think about it, but like I would be an artist probably doing freelance stuff, and so I wouldn't be making that much money. So I'd be like, well, I can't be too picky. And then I feel like Ben would be like, well, I could be making 5 figures in telecom right now. So y'all
6.
got.
so I can be
Six.
I can be picky about it.
Yeah, so you could be like $1,000 a session, and every 3 days you get someone instead of like every night. And
It's
you're just
old Jimmy in a wig.
It's all
I mean,
Different
listen,
wigs.
if they pay, if they pay,
yeah.
I slay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that's my answer.
I was gonna. It's just weird to say, like we first said Dana, then you put it on that. But like, if you're going off the
We're grading on a curve here.
well, we're going off the fucking stats of the world, Dana. Yeah, that would be it.
If we're just going off raw numbers,
Yeah.
like that's. But yeah, I'm just if we're grading on a curve.
What was the question?
You want to
again?
be whipped? Oh shit.
Who would charge the most? Oh, so it's not as it doesn't mean anyone's paying.
I'd probably charge the most.
Yeah, I could see
No
Dan charging the most.
way.
He's like, I'll wear my jacket.
You're like, I'll do a tarot reading on your
I
naked
set the
chest.
price so high. Just like, I know what I'm worth. Nobody pays it.
Dan, you needed Hank at the beginning of
oh,
Dancakes
I'd pimp
to
him
know
out.
what you were
I'd pimp
worth.
him out.
Oh,
That's
you're
a
the
yeah,
manager? Are you
Oh, dude, yeah. Fuck yeah.
bros?
You guys want to be prostitutes?
Bros and hoes.
Aren't we?
I don't know how this works in a pandemic. I guess the
Wait.
phone.
You're an events company.
We literally sell our bodies.
Yeah, you're right. Everyone does
All
that.
right, let's move on to the next one. Let's see if we get
Why?
a real good question.
Is it not my turn? Right?
No, Ben.
My bad.
Dan just read that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Oh, shit. Did you get that?
Nani?
Did you guys see that?
Slow motion.
You're pretty strong.
Who would be the worst reality TV show star?
All right, let's all agree on what kind of show. Is it
reality
Survivor?
Kardashians.
I mean,
No.
but then you have to have that lifestyle already. I'm gonna say let's
Yeah,
Naked
but
and
you gotta cook
Afraid.
up drama even with that lifestyle.
The most
That's like the
popular
point.
reality shows over the years were either The Bachelorette or like Survivor / Naked and Afraid
And the
type shows.
Kardashians. The Kardashians is
And
huge.
well, yeah.
I'm gonna say Hank because your life is too stable.
Hank is the worst at being inauthentic.
It said the worst. What is it?
No, who would be the worst reality
like
TV
being
show star?
being on reality TV means that you need to be separated from reality. That's why I say the Kardashians thing is like they have this amazing life, but they have to like dress up the drama so they can add in like the dun-duns
Well,
and
and I guess-
editing and stuff and like have them fight. And Hank is just like, I don't give a shit.
Well, and I guess here's the question: when it says worst, do they mean worst as far as creating compelling reality TV,
Yes.
or worst as in just the worst?
No, I think
Well, I
worst
guess-
as in doing it.
I guess. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's either whichever one you want.
Because I'm gonna say Hank would be the Hank's life as a reality TV show or something like that would be pretty boring
Why?
because it's pretty stable.
That's what I mean. Hank, they'd be like, Hank, you need to cook up drama where you like walk up and you're sassy with Dan and you're just like, but I'm not mad at him. And they'd be like, no. But like we need this episode and you just take
But
the
I
script.
could play it up.
And
If
you're
you're
like,
saying
why do I
it's
need
just
a
literally
script? It's
filming
just my life.
Yeah. Because I definitely could play it up, but I know what you mean. If you're basing it on that, I understand that. Then
But even the playing up, I feel like you'd be the worst at
why?
because you're so chill. Because
But
you're so chill.
I can act.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But like you at your core are just so like.
Well, yeah, we're talking about reality, not in like movie star.
Yeah.
I get it. No,
don't
I
know.
understand.
You're my
what
default
saying.
answer.
That means I got Ben and Dana and Dan said me. I got to think of something. Ben, what do you say?
I'm gonna go with Dan actually.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Dan, cause I don't think he would be the best ensemble player in this instance. Like he might want it to be more about him.
That's like a good reality show star though.
Maybe.
It's like the whole point.
Maybe it might be annoying for the producers because he's always trying to like.
I'm sure the producers hate their
They
reality
work-
show
they- yeah,
stars.
they work
Oh, I'm
with
sure- I mean,
Kanye West.
Maybe hate their lives, but yeah, I mean, and like, but yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm going with that.
Um,
I could be wrong. I'm just
Let's test it.
Prima donna.
my answer.
I feel like Dan would thrive for that reason. Like, fuck, the Kardashians, like, there's Kanye West, there's Kim Kardashian, there's all these people who need to act so bitchy. And it's like, I feel like if that's your issue, like that Dan would be that way, then he would be the best equipped. And I'm saying if, because I don't think he
think
would be that much of a prima donna.
Because reality. So the first reality show was like the one on MTV, the Real World, which was like, hey, people are in a house, there's drama.
Here's a bunch of troubled youths.
I think I would be interested in a scenario where I'm a bunch of troubled youths in the house.
I agree. Actually, so there's a like I remember like all the people I used to hang out with before you and I became friends, Hank. Like everybody that you met privately, they would tell me their first impression of you was that you were just a dick, that you were a bastard because they weren't used
along with what they were.
because they weren't used to somebody not being polite right away. You know, just because you'd just be like,
Yeah.
that's dumb.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you're just
Which I admire.
they'd be so yeah, and I mean, I feel like I always vibed with it because it was authentic, but
Yeah.
a lot of people don't like that. Which
Don't, I get it, and I-
that causes drama in a lot of ways. The fact that you
Yeah.
don't
call it.
sugarcoat anything. You're just like
You call it like you see it.
That's why Nick, who now I'm really good friends, he didn't like me at first, and I didn't like him because I felt like
he was a dick.
he was yeah, and I obviously I'm not gonna say there's times where I wasn't a dick either. Like there'd be scenarios where like you'd bring people in and I wasn't necessarily in the mood to meet new people. She's like, I'm in my house. I don't give a shit. So like, I don't know.
I feel like you're the least likely to be a dick here.
I feel like you need to talk in your mic.
Sorry, I feel like you're the least likely to be a dick here for that reason, is because you're just like.
Yeah, and Nick now says in hindsight, he's like, I appreciate you being
Also-
like upfront with me.
For Dana, the diaphragm of the microphone, like it's like lined up with this little band right here.
I'm gonna say Dana would be the worst
So-
because she can't talk in the mic.
Hey,
Like
sorry.
talk like
No,
this.
you're fine.
No.
Like that.
Oh, okay.
Like
Cool.
this. Like yeah. You're, like,
My bad. My bad.
You
Okay.
can see, you can see it in there, the little disc.
Yeah. Okay.
And make sure you're talking on the side of the microphone.
Yeah, talking
talk
to the
like
side.
this.
Yeah, those microphones are different.
Yeah,
This-
like this. Yeah.
so-
Yeah. And that's what I've been doing. I just was being dumb and put my head on it.
See, I wouldn't say Dana because she's definitely got not to be a douche about anything, but you got like
Do it.
something that TV shows like networks would be like, oh yeah, a 20-year-old who's a lesbian living in St. Louis as a pancake artist, done. I'm gonna pick up this show.
Sick.
Shaving her head. What is this episode? Hell yeah.
You could.
We
just,
couldn't pay him to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. You could. Yeah.
So I'm not gonna say you. It's hard between Dan and Ben because we're based on reality show is reality of their lives, and like I'm not thinking in like this moment in time. I'm thinking overall. There's definitely been, I mean, shit. All of us though. There's definitely been interesting things that happen. I'm probably from this company in my family at least led the most interesting life at this point out of all my siblings because of this company. But out of the four of us, yeah, I'm the most stable, so it would be the least in captivating.
And that's assuming we're talking about our lives as reality shows,
Which is not what I
necessarily-
assumed.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah.
my
No,
first
that's-
instinct
there's-
was Survivor.
Yeah, there's a lot of variety
Yeah,
in reality shows.
I was thinking like fucking when you guys went and saw Katy Perry and they were like live streaming her in her own home where they like had her in a weird house and they filmed her.
I was kind of
Yeah.
dead during that.
I feel like
That's what I mean. It's like you don't reciprocate that energy. You're like, what the fuck
reality
is this?
TV is weird because it's the point isn't authenticity. The
Right.
point is feigned authenticity.
Right.
And I
It's
feel like
not-
all of
There's
us would
literally-
be ill-fitted for that because we don't tolerate that.
Although
I
we-
have practice. I could put that persona
Yeah,
on. I
yeah.
totally
I totally
could.
believe it.
I just go right back to 2017. There she is. But she's lamer.
Yeah, reality.
Cha!
I'm smarter
There
and
is
faster.
There's nothing more fake than reality TV. There was a thing on NPR where it was a former producer that used to do reality TV shows, and they were talking about how they would literally stand them all up against the wall and like make them wait for something, and like they would say the cameras were off, but in reality the cameras were on the whole time. They would just make them wait for like an hour for something, just anything, didn't matter, and they would be filming the whole time, and they would use all of that for reaction shots. They'd be shooting close-ups on each of them.
Interesting.
So they would use that later for
Wow.
reaction shots
Wow.
to stuff to just random things. Like it's
My dogs.
like nothing about it is real,
my
and
dogs
everything
real quick.
like it's just like anything else. Whenever you go to, if you've got something where you've like shot coverage on it and stuff, like if you've got dialogue and you've shot coverage, where you can completely change things around and make them say things in different orders and put things in there that they never even said.
Yeah. I mean that makes sense.
Yeah, and like
I
that's
know that.
yeah. So they literally just create.
Well, and it's easy for them because they don't have to pay writers. It's just like, oh,
Yeah,
free content. All we have to do is have these people stand around and be upset with us.
and just say words and then
Sign this contract. We own all of your expressions.
Yeah, and we'll just pay an editor to create a narrative. And
You right?
Yeah, sorry, I got the next one if we're ready.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Let's go.
Oh, all right.
Read it.
Create your own card as
Yeah.
a me.
Dana's going to create a question.
Oh, shoot. God, put me on
No
the spot.
pressure.
Put me on the spot.
Now it's on vibrate, Hank.
I don't hear it. I literally know I don't hear it because I've seen me edit and heard me pick up the phone and don't hear the vibrate.
Well, I heard it.
I'm gonna wait until so we can cut that part out, I guess. But I do need to think. Maybe we could like edit this if this takes me a while.
That's fine. That's what I'm here
Cause yeah, I want something interesting.
for. Think about a great. I mean, yeah.
Okay. On it.
I don't want to influence her mind. That's why I stopped.
Stop.
I hope like the sky changes so dark that when I edit it, it's obvious Dana took like 50 minutes.
Stop. I mean, can you guys? I don't know.
No, think of one. You did when I showed you this card earlier off camera.
Yeah, but I don't want to do it again.
I don't know.
I could do it again.
I don't know what you asked.
Oh.
I don't even remember.
Neither
but
do I.
you?
Oh, I do. Yeah.
I don't remember.
Okay. I
I
had.
don't even know
Okay.
what y'all are
fine.
talking about.
You weren't in here. Yeah.
Hank
You weren't
was just
born
like,
yet,
We're
Ben.
doing this. Okay. So this is just kind of. I feel like I could think of a better one, but we're gonna do it. Least likely to succeed.
Oh, that's actually in here.
Is it? Okay. Well, it's mine now.
That's not what you asked earlier.
You literally just said you don't remember what I asked earlier.
I know it wasn't that. I thought I would remember when you said
Totally is what I asked earlier.
Least likely to succeed.
It totally is.
it. Okay, that's fine.
So least likely to succeed, and I mean, I guess because I'm running the card like this, I feel like this one's pretty open for interpretation. That could be monetary. That could be follow your dreams. That could be big name person.
If I can't say myself, I'm gonna say Dana.
All right. Why's that?
Your face.
I'm just waiting for an answer.
It's because of anxiety. Because I have the same sort of feeling with like where it's like I feel like if I didn't have.
You were saying?
Exactly. Every time you get close
And
to
that's-
success,
and
somebody's
that's
gonna
why
sneeze.
that's why you're
and
such
you're gonna
a failure.
drop. You're gonna drop the platter. All the dishes are gonna break.
Oh my God. Anyways, there's a vivid example.
Right, no, but like executive dysfunction stuff. Like I have that problem too, where it's like I know I'm talented, I know I'm smart, but my own anxieties like balloon every time, and I know we relate on this super hard. So like, without having people outside of me, without having the company, without having people giving me some kind of direction and structure, I struggle, and I know you struggle, to impose that structure. And without that structure, it's a lot harder to succeed. You just kind of stumble into things and then can't do anything with them because you're like, but I've got,
So is that for making a name for myself? Is that dreams or is that monetary?
both.
All. There were 3.
7.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah. I feel like they're all kind of tied together.
Okay.
Because I know that's the thing. Like, I don't know about, like I know that you guys have really strong foundations of pragmatic skills that, like, I don't know, like, you could just friggin' get into rehabbing houses and you can go back to telecom and live your whole lives and be successful, in the sense that, like, you get to do what you want most of the time and you get to, like, you have money saved up and your bills are paid and stuff. Whereas I see myself without structure, without people helping me, without people coming, like, I see myself just, like, ending up in a gutter somewhere.
Well, I think of it
Like
as
you almost.
I could have been somebody, pal.
I mean, you got all your fame by accident.
I think me and Ben would. One thing I think about with that kind of stuff, like, okay, obviously there's some stuff you would love to do and make money off of, and the stuff that I will do to make money off of. Like, I think me and Ben would be more willing to do stuff that, hey, this is going to make us a living, without letting it eat at us as much as it would you two. Like, I'm dead.
I'm not
dead
expressing
inside while doing
myself.
this. Yeah, I'm dead inside doing this.
There's not enough pink and blue in this.
I find ways to find joy in, like, some shitty tasks for sure.
Something.
But
Need something.
I mean, right now it is between Dana and Dan.
Wow, I did not think I would get answered like for this. Not that to say y'all aren't like successful. I don't
Well,
know.
again, what is a success?
But Dan, y'all raise great points.
Yeah. There.
That's you.
That's the fun.
Well, it's this sort of thing where it's like I feel like Dana and I have like with that, it's the double-edged sword of that, like, ridiculous, anxious, creative energy. Is that, like, I think that we're more likely to stumble into profound success, but that's like without any help. It's much more likely that we'll end up in a halfway house somewhere,
Well,
just like.
And if I think so, if I had to answer, I want to say, all things considered, monetary, dreams, making a name for yourself, I would say Ben is the most likely, because Ben has a really great skill set of, how you could make a ton of money right now. you are very pragmatic, but also you're an artist and you have a lot of artistic endeavors and you've toured before and
Jack
stuff.
of all trades.
Well, I wouldn't say that though, because like, well, kind of, but also like I think you have a good balance. Whereas like I think that's why the Dancakes team works so well too. Is it's kind of like there is kind of like a Dan and my energy, which is that kind of like anxious, like I don't want to say artistic either because Ben's
Manic.
a pancake artist. Manic.
I don't
That's
think
a
it's
pretty
based
good one.
in
But Ben's kind of manic. I feel like I don't know. But I feel like there's a good balance here, but I feel like Ben has all the right characteristics to win the average of like general success.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a. I would have a hard time describing because, like, I had a normal career. I mean, but I worked freelance and I traveled constantly. But I would literally work for, 6 to 8 months out of the year and spend the rest of the year working on artistic endeavors. I literally would go to work just so I could make money, so I could work on my projects.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I was successful at the working at the one thing and wildly unsuccessful at the other.
Which is what?
Music.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Because I would.
But you're making an album. That's cool.
I'm
it's
making
like,
another album.
Depends on how you define success.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and
If I made an album, I would be very happy in my personal success because I'd like to make art more frequently, and I don't. So like,
it's true. I mean, the one thing, there was one. I don't remember what music site it was on, but there was like it was a very small like musician social media thing. Like, and I wasn't even on it, but it was one of those things where like people would post stuff and like they would post who their influences were, and there was some guy in Brazil who put up me under his influences.
That's pretty cool. That's
Yeah.
success.
that's so cool.
Yeah, I was like, sweet, I did it.
Nice.
One guy.
All right.
Yeah.
Time to
Oh.
die.
I didn't answer least though. I would say the least. So I feel like in terms of making a name for themselves, I would say probably Hank, just because like, Ben's got an album and he toured, and Dan's got Anthromancer and Dancakes, sorry, you have Dancakes. I just mean that he's like the pancake man. But I feel it kind of goes back to the stable life thing,
What is success then to you? What I
You
don't
mean-
understand.
I was saying the like pop star-ish type thing. Like,
that's what you think of success?
well, that's what I was saying. I said the three things I think of are making a name for yourself and or monetary and or making your dream come true. And I guess when I think of like who here would be like, oh, I went to high school with Dana, or like people knowing your name, like I feel like you're the least there, but not in the other sense. I feel like you're second place for most likely to succeed by Ben. So I guess my answer would have to be Dan, but also I don't know, it's somewhere in between you two, because I could see Dan like fulfilling his crazy ambitious dreams with like Anthromancer and stuff, but also Dan's more likely to end up in a gutter than you.
Yeah, I think Hank would be like he would
Roll them dice.
he would be someone who would succeed monetarily. He would have a business doing something probably relatively normal, but
Yeah, I mean, and I'd be fine with that for sure.
but you would be good at it, and you would probably
So it's
make a lot of
success
money.
in the individual's mind.
Monetarily, yeah.
I just think of Dan as a wild card where, like, if Anthromancer blew up, then I could see you making a name for yourself, like, which you kind of already have, not that you guys haven't both worked, you guys both started Dancakes, but you're very much behind the scenes. Dan is literally like, we've been stopped in airports and shit because they're like, hey, you're Dr. Dan, the Pancake Man. And it's like, it's a small claim to fame, but it's like, people
It's interesting
know
you see
your name.
success as that.
But if it weren't for the people
that's
around
one
me,
factor.
I'd
That's what
be
I
in
keep
a
saying.
gutter.
Oh, okay.
I keep saying
'Cause it's not-
there's like three categories for me here: making a name for
I
yourself,
quite that was famous.
famous, monetary, and following your dreams. Because like I definitely think that like someday I will achieve what I want. I don't think that's going to be like a monetary thing.
Well, and I think part of the question, like the most likely, least likely to succeed thing, is like when that question comes up in the real world, it's usually because people are asking you for the freaking yearbook. And when people in high school are like deciding who's most likely to succeed, I feel like they're thinking about like who's most likely to be Kanye West.
That's what, yeah.
Who's most likely to have their name known by everybody.
Which those could be all three. Dream.
And those aren't necessarily what success is, but it is what a lot of our culture in America considers to be success.
Yeah, and that's why I said that you, after Ben, are the most likely to succeed in terms of like making money and having a good, stable life where you have basically everything you want.
Good Christian success.
And then, but like another part of that is also like, name up in lights, I guess. And Dan is a wild card. You're a more reliable roll of dice, but Dan, I feel like with his crazy anthromancer stuff, might be like, and also you already are like.
Oops!
Dr.
I
Dan.
accidentally at Jonestown.
Yes, that too. I also think Ben's up there because like he, makes.
Drink the flavor aid.
Guys, I made some special kombucha.
I feel like you and Ben are tied in terms of like making it big. Like I keep saying make a name for yourself. That's the best way I can think of it, where it's like I went to high school with Ben Daniel, and now look at him, he's performing on whatever.
Well, that's not fair to me. I went to high school with my siblings. They say that shit all the time.
But you basically already said you were the most not successful but craziest life, I guess.
Oh, in my family, yeah, that's what I'm saying. In my circle.
Yeah.
I only went to my high school reunion to show off.
Hell yeah.
I didn't go to mine.
Well, I had a small class too. How big was your class?
Our freshman class was 1,500 kids, and our graduating class was 180.
Holy crap!
St. Louis Public Schools.
My God, your graduating class was just a smidge bigger than my starting class.
My starting class was 180, and my finishing class was like 180.
Yeah, my starting class was like I think 140, something like that. And then I don't know what it was because I wasn't one of the ones who actually.
The funny
finished.
thing is,
I dropped out of high school, but I still went to my 10-year reunion.
The funny thing is, my starting class was 3. Technically, my ending class, because the graduation was 6,000 people in Pensacola.
Yeah, the homeschooling graduation.
That is, yeah.
It was so many weird.
Yeah, because I went to school in a small town though, so it's like the people that one of the reasons I went to my reunion was because the people.
You wanted to flex.
Well, I mean, part of it was that, but also because like I don't think I was a pancake. I wasn't a pancake artist time. I was only 28, so this is 7 years ago.
Jeepers.
But I
You mean
had,
70 years ago.
but anyways, the people I went to high school with were people that I had literally known since I was in preschool. Like a lot of them, like I was in preschool with them, and we went all the way up through high school. So it's one of those weird situations where it's like, even though
I know all of you forever.
Yeah, so even though like I didn't graduate, I did graduate with them because I got my GED at the same time they did. I literally dropped out so I could.
Did you just drop out just to dunk on the libs or whatever? Like, what
Yeah,
was that?
well,
Ben is a lib.
I dropped out because I'd screwed up so badly my freshman year especially and my sophomore year, but mostly my freshman year, that I was so far behind on credits that I would have had to go at the very least an extra semester.
Hell yeah.
And that was doing correspondence courses, summer school.
Gross.
And yeah, I literally would have had just school for, and then I would a semester late at the very earliest, most likely an entire year. Or I could just drop out, get my GED, and go to college with the rest of my class. Because no matter what, I was going to community college. So it was just like, they don't care.
Did you answer?
Oh, least likely to succeed?
Yeah.
It's probably Dan. Because you were...
There it is.
Because by the time...
I can't even do my own damn health care.
Hey, we got to extend our taxes today.
Oh, yeah.
I already did.
Because just thinking about it, it was like whenever Dancakes happened, like when I was that age, I was already.
The year was 1946.
What age?
Well, you were what 21, 22?
When the Pancake Art thing took off?
24.
Yeah, I was like 24, I think.
Yeah, I was already 3 years into a telecom career at that point.
And I was a frat cook.
And
For like
Hank-
$4.25 an hour.
And Hank was already you were doing weddings.
I didn't even have my
weddings-
driver's license.
I was
Weddings.
5 years into working for my dad and doing wedding.
Yeah, wedding
filming
videography.
weddings, yeah.
I
Yeah.
was here.
Dana, I feel like Dana would have just went to college and went down that path. So
Gross.
I mean,
Disgusting.
That's what you're on your way to doing. And you just fell into this. So.
How?
I don't want to say I fell into it. Like, yes, it was lucky, but I also do think like I worked for it.
Well, no, yeah, falling like doesn't mean you didn't do the work.
Yeah, okay.
Like it, obviously you had to do the work, but we all fell into it because none of us arrived here on purpose.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. How many more do we want to do? Like
One more.
one more, and then we're done.
One more.
Okay.
Yeah, one more is a little
You reading it?
interesting because I actually grabbed these other cards just to finish it on a kind of an interesting note. But the question is, if I was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, who's the last person I'd call as a lifeline?
So basically, who's the dumbest?
Yeah, but I also have questions.
Well, Hank's the first person
Yeah.
I'd call because he's the trivia boy.
Interesting.
I'd call Ben first, absolutely. I
Yeah.
would not call Dan. I might say Dan is the least likely because you'd be like, I don't know, in that tone of voice. I've literally called you before for like information, like, hey Dan,
Yeah,
what's
but-
this thing? And you'll be like, I don't know.
Yeah, but see,
I can
that,
hear the
that's
shrug in
you
your
know, this is a
voice.
weird thing I've never thought about, but that wouldn't work anymore because you'd call a person, they'd be like, "What's the question?" It's this.
It's so fast, though. It's so fast. It's like so fast. The way it's like a 30-second call.
You're telling me that you can't Google Mount Rushmore origin date in 30 seconds?
I'm not.
Well, you'd do
saying
talk
that you
text with it. You'd
can't.
I'd
I'd be on my phone like you'd hear me say, Google, "Hey Google," and they're like, "Dude," and they hang up, and you're like, "Fuck!"
But yeah.
All right, let's act like. Who'd you say?
I said Dan. You didn't say anyone then.
I'd say Dana.
Hey, that's cheating. Dan, you'd say me. Why?
Because look at the boys.
I'm a boys.
But look at them.
All right.
Look at how brain.
Actually, here we go. Dan.
I feel like you'd be like,
You-
I'm too excited.
You don't get to answer this. Dana's your lifeline. Let's
You
see
know
how
how
this
bad
goes.
I would feel,
Let's see how this
Dan?
goes. I haven't read these questions. I'm
Oh.
literally.
Oh, we have.
Dana's my lifeline because I said she'd be the last one
No,
I'd
just
call.
because.
Just because.
Who was the first African American actor to anchor Saturday Night Live's Weekend Update? I know this. I haven't read this. Dana, you're the answer.
Oh,
Dan called you.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Yes.
Anyone else got
Good
a
answer.
Anyone else? Because I haven't. I swear to God, I haven't read this, and I think I know the answer.
I know his face, but I can't
I
remember
know
his
his
name.
name.
Can't think his name either.
Michael Che.
I don't know
Michael
that.
Che.
He's
So you call me guys.
He's the one that's doing it right now.
If we
right?
could be
Still?
fair,
Yeah.
I'm the youngest. So like the trivia that's like, what happened in the 80s? Y'all are like, oh, I was.
Well,
like
that's the
10.
thing. Trivia.
I'm like,
well, and
I
that's
was not
that's
even a
why I
fetus
would
of a fetus.
probably would never call you because sometimes when we do trivia, you're like, that was before I was born. I'm like,
What
I
if
know a
the
lot of
question-
trivia before I was born.
What if the question was about memes?
then I would.
I would
exceed.
call Dana immediately.
If it was about social
Yeah, it's
media.
based on the question. So hang on, I'm going to give you a question.
If
then
it was
you-
about TikTok dances.
Which Western coastal state has both the highest and lowest points in the continental United States?
Say it again.
Which Western coastal state? This is pretty easy.
California.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all are gonna. You're gonna regret
All right. So
your
mine,
answer.
I would say, least likely to call Dana. That's what it is.
Give me a-
Hey.
give me a-
I'm the only one who's answered one right so far.
I did.
What'd you say?
Michael Che.
Oh, you didn't. Oh.
I didn't read it. I said that.
Oh.
It's all randomized.
Michael J.
You can choose. There's obviously 6 categories. So Ben, what's yours?
Did you know California?
Least likely to call.
Least likely.
Let's also say the most likely to call. So mine would be Dana and then Ben.
I'd be Ben.
Wait,
what was the- what
was the
I
question?
think Dana would probably be my.
Who's the last person you call? You said
Yeah.
Ben.
We already did the dumbest in the last podcast, and we all voted me.
Well, I feel like this is not quite. It's not quite the same because it's more about like
Knowledge.
What's the question?
yeah.
approximate knowledge of many things.
And that's why I'm using those because let's get a random
And of course,
question
it all-
and then it's
yeah.
like who would I call?
I have
it-
highly specialized skills. General things I'm not good at.
Just choose a
We've
random
been
one.
over
Dan, you
this.
can't keep looking at answers.
Oh, okay. Well, what's the name of the feminist punk movement that emerged in the 1990s in the Pacific Northwest?
the feminist punk movement.
Powder puff.
What is it? Hang on. And then in the early 1990s,
In the Northwest.
they made a movie about it. I'm trying to remember the name of the movie.
Is Sleater Kenny part of that?
Probably.
Lesbianism.
What is it, Dan?
Riot Girl.
Riot
Oh,
Girl.
yep. Yeah.
Anyway.
GRRL.
Anyway, so Dana, I'm least likely to call you Dan. Oh, well, Ben,
I'm not
I'd
even
call
a
you.
90s kid.
It really depends on the question, but
Yeah, it really does.
In general, I'd say Dana knows the least about the world.
Wow.
All right, let me ask y'all one.
That's only fair.
Yeah,
You've had fewer years to absorb it.
Okay. I'm gonna pick one of these. Which planet shares its name with the Roman god of war?
Mars.
I know it.
Alright.
Oh, I don't, I guess.
Yeah, Mars.
It's Jupiter, I thought.
What is it?
It's Mars.
Mars.
It's Neptune.
Take that, libs.
All right.
And on that note,
I didn't get to ask a question.
Let Ben ask a question.
Why everybody keeps skipping me
Everybody
today?
keeps...
sorry, we were just fucking around. Ben, who are you? Regis, Jimmy Kimmel, or Meredith Vieira?
I don't know
I'm
any of
Regis.
those.
Okay, Ben's of course Regis. Those
Not
are all the
Jimmy
hosts of Who
Kimmel.
Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Well, I mean, I pick
Jimmy
Regis
Kimmel.
on one thing alone is the one time that he went on the Late Show with David Letterman dressed as
Shrek.
from
Yep.
Broadway.
I
That
agree.
alone-
Great choice.
Yeah, that alone is my entire reason for picking Regis. If you ever seen that clip,
Oh yeah, it's hilarious.
you guys,
No, I don't know who that is.
okay, Regis Philbin.
No, Shrek. I don't know.
Read the question.
He just comes out and he's in the entire Shrek get up. He doesn't play. He's not Shrek in the Broadway.
He's just in it.
He's just in it because
He's
like, and he just sits down at the desk and David Merriman's like, what? He's like, I did this for you
It's so out of Regis's character too, in a way.
in a
Like,
way, but also Regis is
He's
pretty,
great.
He's a pretty goofy dude. All right. Let's see. Wow,
Spaghetti time.
I don't think anybody's gonna know this question.
Oh.
I'm just gonna do it because
I can see
'cause
the
I don't- I
answers.
can barely-
I can see the
Answers on the
answers
back.
literally on the back.
Damn it. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, just read it anyways. Read it anyways.
He's going to pick a different one.
No, I
This
wanted
is
to
why
hear
we
it.
skip you, Ben.
shut up.
I wanted.
I'll read it and then
Do it,
I'll
do it,
do
do
the
it.
other one.
Cool.
Which yummy Naples specialty was first sold in America by Gennaro Lombardi in 1905 on Manhattan's Spring Street?
Cotton
Raisins.
candy.
Pasta sauce.
Pizza.
Oh.
Oh.
His restaurant was America's first pizzeria.
We don't know anything. I got to go to the bathroom.
Fuck that.
Wait, we're doing one more.
Yeah.
You can't.
Okay.
Ever again.
One more, Ben. We have to. If we don't get it,
You die.
yeah, we all have to swallow our
All right.
microphones.
Well, here's one. I think Hank will probably get this one, but Dan might too.
I'm gonna go.
Okay, so in addition to being the name of a Metallica album, what does the term "Ride the Lightning" refer to?
Oh,
I know the answer to this one.
I don't know the answer to this.
I
one.
know it.
That's execution?
Yeah, that's
By
by
Electric chair.
electric chair. Yeah.
Sex.
Sexecution.
Also,
No, I just meant
flip
sex
the
in general.
switch. AC/DC, same concept.
yeah, execution or electrocution. Execution by electrocution or the electric chair.
Fame monster Lady Gaga.
Yes.
This freaking Gen Xer. No, that's wrong.
Wow.
All right, that was the Mistakes Are Delicious podcast. We'll see you all next time.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I know the least general knowledge,
That's true.
and I'm the
The
least
one
likely.
thing she knows.
Bye.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to the Mistakes Are Delicious podcast. Please subscribe or follow on the various platforms you might be listening to this on. You can find all the podcasts on dancakes.com. Please comment on what you'd like to hear us talk about or what games you'd like us to play. And like and share with your friends. And more importantly, guys, mistakes are delicious. Until next time.